I'm still having a hard time believing that the only thing I need to do in order to play the Western version of Lost Ark is double click an icon on my desktop. I'm thrilled to have had the opportunity to be a part of the closed beta test for the Western version of Lost Ark. Before you think I'm crazy, by the way, because all of your games, you launch them, from your PC, right? My nickname is Saiva. I've been playing and covering Lost Ark since 2018 when it was first released. And because of that, I'm still having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to the idea that we're getting something, that we have something, and we can wrap our heads around the version that we got. I'm just gonna spoil it for you, by the way. It's the best release of Lost Ark that ever happened, and I'm really thankful for the efforts that were put into making it this way. And also just thankful to be a part of it. So I'm just gonna share with you my opinions today, my impressions on the Lost Ark closed beta. Now, I know there were bugs and things that didn't really go their way, but in terms of server stability and queues, people were really happy. The peak amount of players that were in Lost Ark was, I believe, 90,000, which is a really good number, by the way, as a comparison for the New World beta test that they had. The peak was, I believe, 70,000. So for Lost Ark, the peak was higher in the beta than there was for New World, and New World had like almost a million players at release. I'm not saying that Lost Ark is going to have a million players at release. Obviously, that's a little bit crazy to think. Numbers are probably going to be a bit lower because Lost Ark already has a lot of existing fans that were filling up the beta servers. But just saying, it went well in terms of server stability. There were some bugs with PvP, for example, which I just want to give a huge shout out to Amazon Games and Smilegate for actually fixing these bugs over the weekend and applying a patch to sort all of them out on Sunday before the tournament, the PvP tournament that was about to go down that day. Very, very nice of you guys. Thank you so much. Really good job. And also thank you to those of you who organized the PvP tournament for the closed beta. There was also some problems with CPU usage. My CPU included was under quite some stress while playing Lost Ark. I believe that this is something that they're going to be looking into for release. I wouldn't expect that the release is actually going to be pitch perfect, but I do believe that many of these things that people were reporting during the closed beta are going to be ironed out. I'm really happy that so many people were giving feedback, and by the way, if you have any feedback for Lost Ark, doesn't matter if it's a technical thing that you found or a bug, or if it's a feature that you want to be changed or added or removed, very, very important. And the people at Smilegate that actually make the game are really interested in feedback from all sorts of regions in which they release in. So do give your feedback on the forums. The Lost Ark devs actually really care about what people say and take it into consideration for future development plans. And seeing how the Western version of Lost Ark was sort of tailored for the Western audience in a way as much as is possible in Lost Ark, then I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of this feedback would be actually taken in consideration. But the most exciting part, at least for me, is how Lost Ark was cooked specifically for us. This is really cool to see that they are doing things like this and that they actually do care to satisfy different audiences in their own different way. I'm talking about everything that we got in terms of content. We got more content, much more content than any other release so far. In terms of gearing up and progressing through this content, through dungeons, through raids, it's much smoother and I would say better than every other region before. It's much less of a chore to go through it, and it's a lot more player choice. How do you go through it? At what pace do you go through it? Because you know for sure that you're gonna get there. You can be faster or slower, that is up to you. Now the pace of gearing up and enchanting that we're getting for us in the West also is in very tight connection with the real money talk. I need to deposit in Lost Ark, or is that guy that's gonna deposit some real money gonna get ahead of me and am I gonna feel bad about it? This makes that talk way, way better in terms of what you can achieve with some real money and what you can achieve with your own character in game. This is so cool. And these positive changes go all the way into the PvP system, for example, where for our ranked seasons that we're gonna have, the top best performing players are going to be rewarded with real money, basically in the form of cash up currency, and that is fantastic. That's the good version of PvP rewards. Other regions, including Korea, did not have this from the get-go. They were settling with a mount if you were the best PvP player. We get that and much more rewarded in that sense if you're a PvP player and you do well in the ranked seasons in Lost Ark. And speaking about crystals, another change only for our region is the fact that almost every item in the cash shop, and definitely every item that has a good value and you would want to spend on, is purchasable with your in-game farmed gold. As you're not forced to deposit your own money, you can just farm your gold in-game and then exchange it to diamonds with which you can purchase almost everything in the cash shop. This is a fantastic change, another towards the free-to-play player change, something to make everyone basically have an equal chance in Lost Ark. And all of these changes combined give me a lot of hope and peace of mind that the future looks great for a Western Lost Ark player, because there's so many other things in Lost Ark that are about to come to us in the West, like for example catch-up mechanics and content and classes, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be absolutely fantastic, seeing what they've done so far to make this release into such a sweet, beautiful kind of release. And on top of this, another sign that tells me they really want what's best, and they really want a lot of people to enjoy this as opposed to feel bothered by this game or feel trapped or whatever, jobbed up, is the fact that they really worked hard at Amazon together with Smilegate to remove the IP block, the region lock that was originally in place for as many countries as they could before this closed beta, before the release will happen. And they managed to whitelist 34 additional countries, including all of Latin America, Central and South, Australia, New Zealand for Oceania, and provide them with their own servers as well for release. And on a personal level, and this is the last thing I'm going to mention, I want to say a huge thank you to Amazon and Smilegate for bringing over the item codex, which is one thing that I really wanted, and I said this since 2019. I would really love for this to be in the game, and it's here, translated. Probably a lot of effort has been put into translating this, as this is the place where you can find almost everything in Lost Ark, see where you can get it from, compare it with your current, from gear to pods to quests to sailors to everything is in this item codex. So thank you so much. This is for me a very heartwarming thing to have in our Western version. These were just my warm thoughts as we're still having 2 more days of this lovely closed beta for us in the West. Today, just a couple of hours after you see this video, I will be live. The last time I will be live during this closed beta, because tomorrow it ends. I will want to show you a little bit of endgame, so please feel free to join me, ask me questions regardless of what they are. We're gonna hang out, we're gonna play a little bit of endgame. I'm gonna show you what it's all about, and also towards the end we're gonna just stay there and chat a little bit. This weekend, this weekend, I'm also going to have an episode of my video podcast called The ARK. This is also going to be live one of the weekend days, Saturday or Sunday, where I'm gonna have some lovely guests again with me, Wilkie Lino and Rox, our community manager. Very, very nice. We're gonna discuss closed beta feedback. I want your feedback also in the live chat there, so we can send it right away and discuss our impressions and what we thought can be better, or was not so good, or was really good and should be kept. So I'm waiting for you there as well. I wish you lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, by the way. It was awesome. I've neglected my YouTube channel for the past 2 weeks because I was invited either for the official live streams with Amazon Games, so we can talk about the game, and then the beta came and I wanted to stream myself. I had 13-hour stream. So much fun I've had with you guys, talking to you, by the way. We talked for 13 hours, can you imagine? It was amazing. And yeah, I was just having fun, really. I was just enjoying this beta as I was a soldier returning from 2 years of deployment back home. So of course I'm, you know what I'm saying? Of course I want to do it. So yeah, I will see you really soon, guys. Until then, take care, stay safe, and take it easy.